Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. Coming to you from the Reloading Command Center. Yeah, my building out back where I got all my crap set up. But so, by the way, I am the #1 dad. Just FYI. Let's see. What are we talking about? Oh, so talking about mostly this guy right here, the full-length bushing die set, full-length resizing bushing die set from RCBS. It's the gold medal match die set. I've used the cedar die. Here they are right here. I've used the cedar die. Probably bought those dies about 2 years ago and just have not purchased a bushing for it. So I've just been using a Lee full-length sizing die to resize and deprime my 308 brass. Well, we finally got around to ordering a bushing, so now I'm using the full-length resizing die out of that set. And I removed the decapping assembly and all that. I went ahead and removed that because moving forward, I'm just going to use the Lee universal decapping die. I'm going to do that in a separate operation. But I just thought it was interesting because I finally got around to using this die. And so I did just a little quick, comparison. I've got some rounds loaded up where I had only used the Lee full-length resizing die. And then I've also loaded some up using the bushing die, the full-length bushing die. So we can check it out, check out the results. Or I don't have the results written down or documented anywhere. It's basically just what I saw, and it's a really small sample size, but I just thought it was pretty cool. So what I did, I loaded up these guys. These are the these are actually these were designed for the 3030. These are the Spear 170 grain hot cores, and these are the little short, stubby, flat base guys. These are for 3030, is what they're actually designed for. But I loaded some up in 308 and was like, man, I'd really like to just give these a try in the old bolt action, see how they shoot, see if they shoot well, because I don't need a super whiz bang high ballistic coefficient, super long for caliber, blah, 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 bullet. All I need is something that's going to punch a hole in a deer 200 yards and in, right? I mean, again, for the hunting that we do, the shooting that we do, if I'm shooting 200 yards, I'm in some cutover somewhere, and that's going to be a long shot. Otherwise, I mean, we're, even 100 yards. 100 yards is going to be an extremely long shot for the type of setup that we generally take. We take more of a bow hunting approach. So we try to get as close as we can to the deer. That even applies in gun season. So a lot of the shots are going to, hopefully, the shots will be relatively close. But so that's really what I'm looking for, something that can perform out to about 200 yards. This is going to be perfect. I did some initial testing with the round. I only shot 3-shot groups, but there you go, 41.6, 41.8, and then it opened up big time at 42 and 42.2. And, oh crap, almost tripped and fell over my bow case. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're trying to get the bow dialed in, get ready for bow season, got to get the crossbow dialed in, for the wife and if the girls want to go. And then I got to reload and get everything ready for gun season. So we got a lot going on. But I believe one of the main contributors to the groups opening up was I think part of it was due to barrel heat. Simply because the rifle that I'm shooting these out of, it's a Remington 700. see if I can remember it, Remington 700 Mountain Edition stainless steel. Well, I mean, so the thing is extremely lightweight, first of all. So it's got a decent amount of recoil, even though it is a 308. It's got a pretty decent amount of recoil because the gun only weighed like 6.5 pounds. So yeah, like 6.5 pounds. Pretty lightweight rifle. It's meant for you to carry it through the mountains, through the woods, take one shot, drop a deer, drop whatever you're shooting at, and then pack it up, head out. So it's not a target rifle. Doesn't have a heavy barrel. It's got a really thin barrel profile. It's not meant for sitting down at a bench and shooting, 10 5-shot groups through it to check your load development and all that, because I mean the barrel heats up so fast. So I think that was part of it. Those first 2 groups, those were only 6 shots, and then after that, it opened up. So I think it might have just been a combination of, maybe that powder charge, I didn't really like that, and then at the same time the barrel was so freaking hot. That could have been impacting our performance. But nevertheless, we loaded some back up toward the lower end there that I'd tested to just go back and see if we can duplicate the performance. If we can shoot this thing under an inch, around an inch, at 100 yards, that's all I care about. We'll dial it in and then we'll go kill a deer, hog with it, whatever. So I had loaded up. These are 12 rounds I loaded up. I ran these through just the Lee full-length resizing die, and then seated the bullet and all this. This is Lapua brass. It's been fired a few times, a couple of times for sure. So yeah, so I seated those guys, and then that was it. Threw them in the box. I hadn't been to the range yet to test them. Well, since that time, I received in the bushing, so now I can use the bushing die, the full-length bushing die. And then also, I went ahead and neck turned my remaining 308 brass. Went ahead and turned the necks, so now we're a uniform. We got more uniformity there on our neck thickness, neck wall thickness. So I did that, plus went back and ran these other 5 pieces through the full-length bushing die. Once I did that, I seated 5 bullets. These guys right here, same box, whatever, same everything. The only 2 things I changed were the bushing die and the neck turning. And so this is what the new round looks like, or the updated round. You can see where the bushing didn't come all the way down there on the neck. So you are able to adjust the depth of the bushing. I may have to adjust that down slightly to make sure I get full contact all the way down. But whatever, who cares? So I just loaded up. So I got those 5 there. Remember, 12 here, 5 there. And then I checked the concentricity, checked the run out on them. And it was pretty good. It was actually exceptionally good on the 5 that I used the bushing die and then turned the necks. So I was at a 0.5 on all 5. So extremely consistent measurement on all 5. On the 12 over here, I was averaging around 2.5 thousandths to 3 thousandths. So on the 12 now, of course, if I had a larger sample size of these, that number might grow, and it might not. It might stay around that measurement. I don't know. I'd need to load up more and measure more to kind of provide a more warm fuzzy on that. But just sort of initial, hey, load up 5, because I'm trying to verify the load and see if we see any difference. I'm going to shoot 5 with just using the Lee full-length sizing die, and then I'll shoot the 5 with the neck turned and the bushing die, right? So I want to see if there's any difference in the group size doing that. So we've already seen an improvement in concentricity, so hopefully we'll see an improvement in the group size. Also, I ordered a bushing for this guy. So we're finally switching over to the Hornady match grade full length bushing die. Yep. full size. There it is. This guy. Match grade full size die by Hornady. So that's pretty slick setup as well. I finally got I ordered the bushing at the same time I did for the 308, so I got that in. I'll be doing the same kind of deal. A little comparison. Just I'm gonna load up 10 rounds. 10 rounds with using the bushing, 10 rounds just doing a full length resize with the RCBS. Just a little standard 2-die set that you can buy from those guys. Yeah, that one. So I'll be doing a comparison there on the Concentricity. See if there's any improvement, see if there's any noticeable difference. I won't turn these necks yet, simply because I don't have the right little mandrel thingamajig to run the necks over for the tool, so I've got to order that, and then I also have to order a pilot to trim the brass as well. So we got a lot going on there. I got some more stuff I got to order, but that's it. I thought those results were pretty interesting, and I just wanted to pass that along to you. So there you go. No issues, no real qualms against the lead eye, but doing a little more advanced brass prep, turning the necks, that type of stuff, using the bushing die to achieve more consistent results. Looks like it paid off, initially. So now we just have to go put it on paper and see if it actually yields noticeable results in group size. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh yeah, and I'm loading up with IMR 4064, by the way. That's the powder that we're going to be running. So I've got some more 308 that I've got to get to, these guys right here. So we will catch y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.